Okay, so honestly, there's no reason for me not to be recording. I did pull from the Naked Art Oracle deck, and now I'm shuffling and pulling from the Stargazing Oracle. The tarot, and it is the next one on the shelf. It is the Interim Tarot, and the Interim is the in between, the liminal space. And I have most definitely been in a liminal space with this deck. It has been sitting on my table for 3 days. I pulled it out and then I pulled a couple of decks to go with it. And even like the last video I posted, I accidentally put the picture of this deck on there. And like, then I realized what I did and had to delete it and re-upload it. Like, what am I doing? And then I ended up getting a personal reading and I used this deck. And it's still sitting here because I know this is the next one on my shelf. And I really do want to go. I think I have 36, maybe 38. I can't remember. I think 36 tarot. So this is number 4. 4 of 36. So it's been sitting here. The oracle cards were put up. But I did feel called to pull from different ones, except this Stargazing Oracle was going to be one of the decks I pulled from last time. So I'm going to go ahead and use that one. But these other ones, they're new. They're all new and different. And I am pulling from the Oracle first. I'm not sure why I was going to do that off camera, but then I'm like, why? I can do it on camera. You can skip forward. I love that you can push like 2x on the YouTube now, so the videos like talk faster. It's my attention span is kind of terrible now with all this social media. Okay, so we got Neptune, and I believe there's some big Neptune movement. It just moved into somewhere. And then Black Moon Lilith on the bottom. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay. So we got Trine, 8th house, and then the one on the bottom is Gibbous Moon. And then I want to pull from this Ascending Life Oracle. Let's see. See what we get. Like the message is going to start taking shape before the oracle cards are out. And that's the thing. I think there's a message there because of the way I'm pulling the cards, is the tarot is going to be influenced by the oracle cards. And it is an interim. It is this space, this beautiful space with such an opportunity to create and manifest. It's just one of those things that you don't appreciate the liminal space until you're out of it. You got Answers and Stepping Stone. And I'm going to, like I have the other ones, turn the deck over, shuffle real quick, see if there's anything else. We got 1, Reconciliation, and the one on the bottom is Chaos. Okay. So the message is going to be influenced by the oracle. So I feel like I do feel this almost collective energy of moving out of the liminal space that you've been in. So it is interesting to see how the future is going to be shaped by the actions that you took while you were in that liminal space, from the perspectives that you experienced while you were in that liminal space. Like, I want to say, even if nothing else has changed, you have. Above all else, you have. And for the better, because it's always for the better. Okay, I did want to pull from the future higher self. I wanted to see what advice the higher self had here, especially about this liminal space. Okay, so learn how to honor and treat your body well. Don't compare your life to others, and you will break free from what no longer serves you, and you're creating a you you'll be proud of and realize you have all the qualities of a leader. Came out with that. Actually, I'm going to split it and take these two that want to come out. A detour is available, and you won't always feel alone. Just a quick preview. This is more oracle than I usually pull for these videos, but in my personal readings, I pull so many cards. Like, it's crazy. So many different decks. Okay, this is the Island Time Law of Attraction deck. And I just thought I want to see what actions you're being called to take. Because I feel like there is this collective level up, this rising, this feminine rising. I'm also hearing uprising. It's exiting the dark night of the soul, exiting this in between. The door that has been closed is finally starting to open. Beliefs come true. The bottom is mayhem. And let's see. Let me flip it. See. Okay. Write it down. Limiting beliefs. Life surfing. Enjoy the journey. And on the bottom is trust the process. Trust the process. Okay. So that is the oracle. Oh, and for the Naked Art Oracle, the first one I pulled from, got time, answer, information, perfection, and raven. Interesting, because that raven, like, the perfection was the one on the bottom, but the raven, I picked it up with it, or like I saw it and I was like, okay. But I did that with this one too. This one, these two, and then all those. Okay, I'm moving on. What message do we have about, I guess, this liminal space? That's what we've been talking about. This time in between. One door has closed, the next has not yet opened. The proverbial cocoon or goo phase. This metamorphosis, this internal restructuring. I mean, so often we do not appreciate the liminal space until we are so far out of it. We can look back with 20/20 perspective and see exactly how we were shaped and changed into exactly the person we needed to be here right now. And yeah, we're not perfect, but we are pretty fucking great, my friend. Okay. Kind of a rock star for all that you've been through and the way you've handled things, life things. So the general atmosphere is the King of Swords, and that is crossed by the Four of Swords with the foundation as Judgment. Yeah, there is definitely something urging you on. Passing influence is Strength. And then on your mind, King of Cups. Okay, so we've got the big masculine energy coming through. Six of Cups. You see the Moon. Okay, I guess we're just going to get them all pulled before we interpret any. Other people see the High Priestess. Yeah, I'm not surprised. The Emotions is the Magician. Okay, there's a lot of big players here. That's like 3 major arcana in a row, and you have Judgment and Strength. A large part of this liminal space has been out of your control. Spirit's literally surrounding you on all sides. Like, you barely have control over the tiny little habits and actions you take. Like, barely. Just, there's so much of it. Take this how it resonates for you, but I just heard so much of it is scripted. Like, some of it, you have choices and free will, but so much of it is already scripted and out of your hands. The final atmosphere, just as I was asking the question in my head, is this damn 5 of discs. Again, this dark night of the soul. The overall is the 6 of Wands, but this bottom one wants to kind of come out too, and that is 3 of discs. Okay. Let me put that there. Okay. I guess I'll move these over here. Okay, so the general atmosphere, I guess, now is when it starts. Let me look at the timer. 9:55. Okay. There's something here, like, I feel like you've really been mastering your mindset. You've really been reframing the way that you experience the world, the way that you experience life itself. I also feel like you're really tapped into something, and it's coming like the way they say the all is mind. It feels really connected to that, connected to the all. I feel like you're the type of person who says what they mean. You don't mince words. You don't play the games, although you could easily because you have the intelligence for it, but I don't think you necessarily have the patience for the bullshit. Crossing that is the Four of Swords. I feel like it's difficult for you to rest. Maybe you've been conditioned that you always have to be doing something, you always have to be busy, or like that resting is selfish. Again, there's some kind of fluidity or connection that's happening here, like the way that his hair is kind of like going into like the river, or the whatever it is, it's the everything, it's all connected. Okay, I'm kind of getting that there's something you've given up a little bit of your peace for, but like on a larger scale it was to give you some peace of mind. I keep hearing level-headed. So like you gave up a tiny tiny bit of your peace, but it was for a purpose. The foundation is judgment. I mean, you're literally heeding the call. And I think that's the thing, is when we get caught in these in between spaces where we feel like we're changing, but like life isn't changing as fast as we are, it feels like we're, I want to say off brand. I don't know why. It feels like we're like running behind, but really we're ahead of the game. We're hearing the call and heeding it. I keep saying we, so it's definitely a collective awakening that's happening. Again, literally surrounded by spirit. I feel like you literally have barely any say in your own life at this point that you've been in. You've been being guided by something very internal, something that you can't show others, something that they can't hear unless they themselves have heard the call, or have heard a call and know what it's all about. There's a point to this shit. I mean, basically, there's a higher purpose, there's a point to this shit. The passing influence is strength. I feel like you really had to face down your demons. You really had to find self compassion and self love, and learn to look at the worst parts of you and forgive you and love you anyway. And I feel like in that process, you've had to learn to really give grace to others as well. Not just to yourself, but to give grace to others. I also feel like you're the type of person who people have underestimated, and they act like your kindness is a weakness, but your kindness is the ultimate strength, because it's so easy to be a fucking shit in this cruel world. It's easy to be mean. It's easy to put people down to try to make yourself. I see that shit every day. every day at work. It, it's so gross. So gross. But not you. Your kindness is truly one of your greatest strengths. Also, I'm hearing the power of your perspective. Again, I feel like you've really done a lot of work on the way that you perceive the world, the way that you perceive yourself within the world. And I'm also getting the image of, like, I feel like everybody kind of looks through their own lens, their own window. You've cleaned your window. So you're recognizing, like, oh, some of those old perspectives, my window was just dirty. What's on your mind is King of Cups. I feel like you're like, okay, I've mastered the mind. I'm ready to master the heart. Next. Like, just healing and dealing over here. Like, who even are you? I feel like you're ready for love. You're ready for heart activation, heart opening, mastering the emotional cycles and relationships in your life. Like having healthier relationships and, I mean, even boundaries with other people and with yourself. Having a healthier relationship with yourself. Because I do feel like you have been through this process of really like looking at yourself and learning to love exactly who you are in each changing moment. The near future is Six of Cups. This is a very karmic connection. Again, for me personally, sixes are very karmic. I could almost just start dissociating it right now if I'd let myself. Usually, this is like nostalgia and innocence, first love. Oftentimes, it's past life. This card specifically kind of gives like star seeds a little bit because of the figure in the water. It's like different. So it's like from different worlds kind of thing. But like there's this connection. This automatic it's almost like when your soul recognizes someone else, like you instantly recognize them. What is that about? Because we've got this masculine energy here. But then we've got this karmic connection. I feel like you're going to be gifted with something. It could be someone from the past gifting you with something. Doesn't necessarily have to be past life. Maybe like somebody you knew in the past, somebody you knew in childhood, or like a friend of a friend, like gifting you with something. And I feel like it's something that you've like just started getting into. Like if you're like just started getting into plants like a few months ago, somebody gifts you with a plant, like that type of thing. I mean literally because of the image on the card. But like I feel like you're going to be gifted with something from someone who's not of the same world of you. What the hell am I saying? I mean, it literally could even be a gift from a starseed. Like you could receive light language, like I mean, and you could just be getting into languages or like however it resonates for you. Okay, but again, there's a karmic connection here, so I feel like this I'm hearing contractually written. So this is like a karmic gift, karmic payback because of who you are, because you didn't become like those who hurt you. You chose to heal yourself so you didn't bleed on those who didn't cut you, so you didn't punish everyone else for the sins of the people in your past. You chose not to be that. You see the moon straight up intuition. I do feel like there's also this level of having gone through such a powerful, like, primordial new beginning, like this full on start over from like however far back you can start over from. There does seem to be with the moon here and then with this trumpet call here, there seems to be like something like internally guiding you. You have a connection to the moon, or you're very guided by like this inner pull. I feel like there's this level here of from the outside, sometimes I think trusting your intuition looks easy, or like you kind of make it look easier than it is, but I don't think people recognize the way I want to say it's going to sound weird, but like people don't recognize the the bones that you had to pick over, walk over, like this boneyard that you had to get past. Like you had to learn to trust yourself and like allow yourself to be the freaking weirdo that listened to their intuition when it didn't make any damn sense. But like there's also this level of having to die to self over and over and over and over. So literally like the king or the queen of the rebirth, king or queen of the comeback. Like nobody literally can't tell you shit. And other people do see you as a spiritual figure, a spiritual leader. Like if they have spiritual questions, they're coming to you, no doubt. Because they recognize the connections, not just like the third eye connection, but like the chakra, all like full body connection. You're balanced in a way that I want to say people don't understand, but I feel like some people want to. But it's a spiritual balance. And I also think, again, it takes a lot of strength to be in this liminal space, this in between, where literally one door has slammed shut in your face, but no other doors are opening. And you're feeling like all is lost. But you got through it and you still somehow did it with grace, with integrity, with honesty, with strength and beauty, and you didn't lose yourself. You didn't lose your shit. Do you even know how amazing you are? The emotions of the situation is the magician. That's very interesting. I feel like you are equipped with all the tools because like you've mastered your heart and your mind, like you like this marrying the heart and the mind. And I think it's interesting that their places are kind of flipped. Because this King of Swords and this King of Cups, like Cups would be here in the middle of the reading the heart space, and Swords would be on the mind here, so they're actually flipped here. But there's still this element of mastery. But you literally are equipped with all of the tools. I feel like that's interesting because I've always said that, take this how it resonates for you. I've always said that I feel like I literally have all the tools laid out before me, but I don't know how to fucking use them. And I've always felt like that. Like I have all these healing tools and all these things to live this amazing, great freaking life, but I don't know how to use any of the tools. I feel like this is about you literally learning to use those tools. You're literally equipped with all the tools. but like you're figuring it out. Because even if you felt like that, like you didn't know how to work them, like, okay, great to have them. I don't know how to work them. What the hell good do they do? Somehow you still figured it out. You are the key. You are literally the magician, magic in the flesh. It's just, it's so amazing to exist, to be a part of consciousness, to experience anything ever, to even fucking be a thing. And not only that, to have a body, to be in a body. This amazing thing that literally just wants to keep you alive, even when it accidentally sabotages you. Literally wants to keep you alive. It's just amazing to exist, even though it's bumpy as hell and it's painful. There's so much beauty and magic, and you are literally finding it. And the thing is, you're finding it within yourself. So, like, Spirit's literally setting you up to find the magic within. And I feel like you've been strategically put in really dark places to force you to find that magic within. Fuck, that one gave me chills. The tests haven't been for nothing. The places you've been put haven't been for nothing. There's a higher purpose here. Even though maybe you feel like you're failing and falling and giving up something, you're doing so much fucking better than you think you are. Because we've come to this 5 of discs, the final outcome, this dark night of the soul, this feeling, it's more of this feeling left out, feeling different. Because I feel like you don't fit into traditional religion at all. So that already kind of creates this divide with a lot of people in the world. But I feel like there was that card that said something about finding your soul tribe. I feel like the more you step into your spirituality, because that's the thing, it's not going to fit everyone. Your spirituality is basically tailor-made for you. It's not going to fit everyone else, and everyone else's isn't going to fit you. Again, there was that card about not comparing your journey. Literally the thief of joy. Don't steal your joy by trying to compare yourself. Because the thing is, I literally just said, Spirit purposely put you in some pretty fucking dark places to force you to find your magic within. Sink or swim, baby. I feel like you're supposed to be different. You're not supposed to fit in. And that's the thing, is it's okay to feel different. There's also some kind of disconnect whenever I see this card. There's this disconnect between the physical and the spiritual. Like, they don't match. Like, the clothes don't match type thing. Because it's like there's this spiritual wealth and abundance, but at the same time, there's this literal physical lack and spirit of poverty. I feel like that's the next move, is about breaking that spiritual poverty. Because again, you've already mastered 2 out of the 4 major whatever. I mean, like the kings of the deck. Like, you've already mastered half of them. But I feel like that's going to be next. Again, because there is a disconnect. You are spiritually rich as fuck, energetically rich as fuck. But like, the financial aspect doesn't match. That is the notification. I mean, that's the flag. That's the, oh, okay. Awareness is key. Now you're aware. Let's see. And I think it's also interesting because this Six of Wands is moving into victory, joy, achievement, and also Three of Discs, because that is, again, discs, the financial aspect of it, but it's about teamwork, and it's about being called out for your creativity, and wands or passion. So it literally is you being urged to move in the direction of your passion, in the direction of your dreams. And despite the sometimes dire pit stops on this journey, despite the scarcity and lack that you experience on this journey, that's not your truth. That's not your it's not your final outcome. Because again, right under that is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is like figuring out, identifying what's evil and going to vanquish it. Figuring out what's not working and fucking fixing it. Because you've mastered that aspect of, oh, this isn't me anymore. This doesn't line up with who I am, who I'm becoming. Let me fix that shit. Let me figure that out. Oh, and right under that is the Lovers. So yeah, with the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. Because you're literally... I just glimpsed the Five of Cups under that also. So I feel like because of the two fives there, there's this glimpse of perspective. So I feel like that's somehow connected with this, about breaking the spirit of poverty. It's something about a perspective. Okay. That didn't exactly go where I thought it'd go, but cool. So from the Naked Art Oracle, you got perfection. That is Virgo energy. Look beyond the flaws. The most beautiful things in life are never perfect. So that's exactly like it. Not needing to be perfect. Not needing to be this absolutely awesome version of yours. Like, you're allowed to have shitty qualities and traits and struggle with things, and like, it's okay. And there's so much here. Like, the world needs your authenticity. They need your ugly, messy truth. Raven, you are full. Wasn't that on the bottom? Yes, it was, damn it. Because time was supposed to be on top. How did I do that? Okay. You are full of mystery and magic. The spirit of the raven travels with you. That's okay. This is showing up early. So this raven, this confirmation of, I feel specifically like this gift you're about to receive, is showing up early. And time is showing up late. Okay, because that was supposed to be time, answer, and information were supposed to be first, but they're coming last. Something's coming late. But why did I connect that raven with that gift and say it's coming early when now I'm like, oh, but something's late? See, there's like this disconnect, the way there's that disconnect between this spiritual and the physical. There's like a split or a divide, and it's almost like some weird like timeline split. Like, sometimes I'll like put on an 11-hour video when I go to sleep, like a sleep meditation video, and I'll wake up and the same exact video would only have been playing for like 3.5 hours or something. That happens all the time. There's some weird like time slip something. I mean, I'm sure I just shuffled the cards around, but like that's how it's kind of coming out here too. What the hell does that mean? More answers than questions, I tell you. No, more questions than answers. What? No, more answers than questions. Okay, I said that backwards on purpose. Interesting. Moving on, time. Some things take time. Don't worry about it. It'll come at the right time, even if it's coming late or early. Whenever it's showing up, it's exactly right on time. That's the the big message here. Everything's in perfect timing. Like, relax. Nothing's in your control anyway. Like, barely anything is. Like, barely anything. Like 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. Like, half of it's in your control. The other, no. That's not. It's not. Answer the call when opportunity rings. Take a leap of faith. I literally started the reading talking about answering this call or hearing this call, heeding this call. Huh. Even if it came a little bit late, again, you're not running behind. You're exactly right on time. And I feel like, especially when you're on a healing journey, it always kind of feels like you're running behind. Like you're not healing fast enough. You're not figuring this shit out fast enough. The awareness isn't coming fast enough. You're not figuring out how to use the tools fast enough. Like it always feels like we're perpetually running behind. But the truth is, we're not. We're exactly right on time. And sometimes it turns out that we're the early ones that are actually becoming teachers for the ones who aren't there yet. So we're comparing our journey to others, but like they haven't even been on this journey yet. That's the whole, like, basically the hermit's journey, the healer's journey. And information, a message is coming that will bring clarity and lift you from the fog. So literally you could be receiving like light language or a message from a star seed, or like channeling some kind of message or channeling some kind of information. I feel like whatever it is, you will receive a lot of answers. I feel like you've got more time than you think about something. Okay, and from the Stargazing Oracle, Neptune, dreams, illusion, fantasy, imagination, self-sacrifice, divine love, mirror, confusion, subconscious, empathy, and magic. I think that somebody said something about Neptune moving into your 12th house. I don't know. What am I talking about? That doesn't make sense. Not everybody has Neptune in the 12th house. I don't know. Oh, maybe it's Neptune and Chiron transiting or something. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, dreams, illusion, fantasy, imagination, self-sacrifice, divine love, mirror, confusion, subconscious, empathy, and magic. I feel like you're being definitely asked to look at where you've been lying to yourself, because again, I think there's something here about a perspective, the way you've been looking at something, but once you shift how you perceive that thing, then the wound itself shifts. The spirit of poverty is broken. But like, I think that's going to be a little bit different for everybody. Interesting, it also says self-sacrifice, and I kind of talked about earlier how I felt there was something that maybe you felt you had to give up a little bit to, like, for the greater purpose of something. Yeah, I also feel like it is about getting the conscious and the subconscious on the same page. Also, like, coming through as hemisync, like syncing the two sides of the brain, the left and the right. Yeah. And I mean, magic. You literally are the magician. You are magic. You're so magical and mystical and absolutely incredible. Okay, the next one is Black Moon Lilith. Rebellion, seduction, and affair, the other woman or man, shame, envy, rejection, revenge, mystery, darkness, sexuality. Stand in your truth. Again, there is this energy of looking at all the ugliest aspects of you all the ways you've been lying about who you really are, or who you really want to be, or why you want what you want. Look at all that ugliness and let it be whatever the fuck it is. There's nothing you need to do because you're already doing everything you need to do. You're already healing things that you know you need to work on. And the things you're receiving awareness about other things, and it's all so perfectly timed, and it's not our concept of time. There's a need to step out of the shame, like carrying the shadow of childhood shame. Step out of that shit, let it go. It's not yours, it's not your truth. You are not what happened to you. Trine brings luck, flow, talents, indulges, effortlessness, harmony, eases, lazy energies, no friction, and benefits. Interesting, because that's right on top of time there, where we feel like the timing is late or running behind, but like the timing is so perfect that it's so smooth and everything feels effortless. There's no friction. And it's just this free-flowing energy that you don't have to stress about. I think that's why some things take more time, because like the pieces are being put into place. Like spirit's moving this ship. They're moving the pieces on the board. And I think so much of it is learning to be okay with that. Doing what you can do and learning to be okay with the rest. Because if it's out of your control, it's out of your control. Let it be out of your mind. Not something to stress about. Next is the 8th house. Endings, beginnings, sex, the occult, mysteries, intensity, obsessions, the underworld, secrets, and shadows. Okay, so that's like the second time something about sex or sexuality was mentioned. And definitely we've kind of been through this ending, new beginning, this perpetual comeback kid type of energy. And I feel like there has been a lot of toxic cycles and patterns in your life that you had to undo. And I feel like there's a lot of secret and shame that you carried around for a long time. And again, I feel like this is the point where it's time to leave it here. And I'm hearing in my mind, leave it at the crossroads. So however that resonates for you. It could specifically be Hecate, or like doing some kind of crossroads spell, or just metaphorically leaving it at the crossroads. It's not, there are some things that are out of your control, some things that are not your responsibility, and carrying past secrets and shame, you don't have to do that. You don't have to. And even if there are some things that you feel like you have to carry, you don't have to feel the shame and the rejection about them. That's your choice to perceive yourself in that light. Again, because the way you see yourself matters, and you're the one that gets to decide how you see yourself. That could be the perspective I've been talking about. And perceiving yourself as somebody who fucking deserves beautiful, luxurious things, even though you are a very spiritual person. You can have both. You can be both. You don't have to be one or the other. Maybe that's part of the illusion here. And then we have gibbous moon. You're close to achieving your goal. Okay. Weird. I heard holla holla, give me some dollars. What? Okay. You're close to achieving your goal. Final phase before completion. Some tweaking needs to be done. Maybe twerking, maybe not tweaking. Pay extra attention, details, and focus. So it feels like this is the final push. I heard final countdown. So like this is the final push. You're really close to achieving your goals. It said also final phase before completion, but I kind of halfway read that as final pause. And maybe that Four of Swords being sideways at the beginning was about you wanting to pause but not being able to. Maybe because you are in the final, like the home stretch. You're about to hit the finish line. Don't give up now. From the Ascending Life Oracle, answers. Oh, you got answers twice. Mystery reaches its resolution, having answers or clarity. Problems will be resolved and closure from the past. Okay. I like that, especially with like some of the stuff we've been talking about like letting some of this, like unpacking your damn backpack that you were given as a kid. Here's all your burdens to carry. Like unpack that shit. You don't have to carry it. And again, I feel like you are the key. The answer is within you. You are already equipped with the answer. You just have to take a leap of faith. Take that first step. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Stepping stone, taking one step at a time. Don't rush the journey. Gradually building on success, the start of something bigger. So there's definitely this energy of stepping out of the shadows, stepping out of the shame, under the weight of that, and stepping into the light, but stepping into something unknown. Something very mystical and mysterious and magical, but something unknown. But you're needing to trust the internal guidance, the internal pull that you're feeling. Trust your intuition. Trust the call that you're hearing. And whatever step that you're being guided to take. Knowing that you can baby step your way to success because you are at the start of something bigger and better. You're at the precipice of greatness. And you have to fucking believe without a doubt that you can absolutely walk through that door. That you are the key. You don't need a fucking key. You are the key. So no more of this liminal space, because the next door, you have the key already. Your presence, your existence is the key. Your experience, your perspective. Baby, you are the key. Reconciliation, restoration of former connections, apologies, forgiveness, trying again in a different way, and conversations. Again, there is this element of closure, something coming back from the past, so reconciling something or with someone, forgiving someone. That could be a lot of stepping out of the shame and the shadows. Is forgiveness of yourself and forgiveness of other people. And also very much trying again in a different way. Not repeating the same patterns and the same actions and the same decisions. Not thinking in the same way, not being caught in the same thought loops. Like literally doing something different. Radical. There's definitely something being restored. And I feel like there's been certain relationships in your life that have kind of broken you, and you've done a lot of work to try to open your heart back up to have friendships, to have like actual intimate relationships. Again, there's this element of being ready, being at that place where maybe you can try again. And chaos, difficult experiences, heavy burdens test your strength, unpredictable events, and opposing forces. Just because you've walked through the fire and the flames and come out unscathed doesn't mean you're not going to have to walk through the fire and the flames again. It's not a one and done. You can heal from the same thing more than once. It's not a one and done. Again, I feel like you've been put in places where you are being tested. Your faith is being tested. Your self-belief is being tested. And I even feel like your boundaries are being tested. And there's so much here that's out of your control. And there's so many like players involved and they all want what they want, but it's so important for you to stay internally calibrated. That's the second time I've thought of that deck. I'm going to grab it real quick. It is the Divine Direction, because I feel like Divine Compass. I feel like there is this internal compass. And the thing is, that compass, that's not going to make sense for anyone else because it's specifically calibrated to you. So it's not going to make sense for anybody else. So, like, people aren't hearing the call you're hearing. They're not experiencing the same level of awareness and awakening that you are right now. Again, your journey is yours alone, and it is unpredictable, and so much of it is out of your control. So try to stress less about things that you actually have no control over. And when you really take a good look, you're going to figure out, okay, that's not in my control. That's not, okay, well, that's not either. I can't control how other people see me. I can't control how other people experience me. I can't control what happened to me in the past. You can control who you are, what thoughts you choose to think, what emotions you choose to feel. You can talk yourself out of a bad fucking mood. Same way you can talk yourself into one if you so feel like it. Look, you choose your words, you choose what to say, you choose who to associate with. Choose your job, choose where you live. Some of those choices are pretty shitty, but still choices. Your actions, your thoughts, your feelings, your words, like that's it. Everything else, it's out of your control. It's not even worth stressing about. It's going to be taken care of. Messages from your future higher self. Learn how to honor and treat your body well. Take care of you because you are a precious fucking commodity. Don't compare your life to others. Your journey is your own. Very much your journey is your own. Because again, I feel like so much of the time you feel like maybe you're running behind, but the truth is you're ahead of the game. But like, I feel like there's this level of you need to be nicer to yourself. You need to honor the body that you're in, even if it's not the body you want it to be. Because at the end of the day, this thing is just trying to keep you alive. With no matter what you feed it, it's trying to keep you alive for the most part. There are exceptions. But like, it's because it's having some kind of crisis of something or other. Honor who you are. And stop expecting yourself to be some kind of perfect version of you, because that doesn't exist anywhere. Nobody's a perfect version of themselves. You will break free from all that no longer serves you. I feel like that's why you're being guided to step into a certain direction or into certain spaces. I feel like you're about to enter rooms that you never thought you would be in. Because I think it's taken a lot of convincing yourself that you deserve it to be here. So just further proof that you're breaking away from the toxic cycles and breaking away from the repeated patterns that were keeping you stuck and small and minimizing your voice and diluting your experience here, like stepping away from all of those. You're creating a you that you will be proud of. Exactly. That's, despite everything you've been through, every test you've been through, every hell you've been through, at the end of the day, you're still creating a you that you would be proud of. So there's going to be parts that you're not just, I think that's a big part of the message, is step away from the shame. Put the shame down, exit the room. Like, you don't have to keep carrying that. You are not what happened to you. Realize you have all the qualities to be a leader. You are literally already exactly who you need to be to step into these rooms you've never been in. The rooms that spirit is literally in the process of shifting so that you may enter them, so that they may be qualified to experience your high caliber fucking energy. Like I said, energetically rich as fuck. You already have all the tools. You have everything you need to be a leader because so many people already view you as a leader. You're a natural, baby. A detour is available to you right now that can be a benefit. There is still time to change your mind. There is still time to change your path if you so desire. Because that's the thing, you're not, I thought that there was, like you had more time than you thought you do. There's still time to change something. If you're feeling stuck in some area, it's not locked in. Like there's still time. You can still take the scenic route. You can still take a detour. You won't always feel alone. You're attracting your soul tribe. The lone wolf is finding his pack. His or her pack. Their pack. Because I do feel like this has been a very lonely journey because of how deeply internal it has been. And again, you've been forced into some pretty dark places to force you to depend and rely on yourself and to experience yourself in a different way. And I think a lot of you had to figure out what you were capable of. But the thing is, you're not that person. You don't have to keep doing it alone anymore. I'm hearing the student has become the teacher, but I feel like you were a student of life, the tests and trials that Spirit put you through. And now you're becoming the teacher, the one who shows others the way. And all you have to do is literally step in your authenticity. Be you. Continue to move in alignment and integrity and honesty and faith and heart-centered, and follow your internal compass and calling, and that you're already set up for success. Because again, the universe are putting the pieces into place. Okay, that's a lot of law of attraction cards. Beliefs come true. Your beliefs create your reality. Recognize and change emotions. Reprogram subconscious mind. I do feel like you have had to go through a lot of that subconscious reprogramming. And I do, interesting that she's holding money, because I do feel like the next one is breaking the spirit of poverty, because you broke the toxic emotional cycles and the limited mindsets. And so, unlike the way you learn to be nicer to yourself, to literally speak nicer to you, I feel like that's interesting that I think money is going to come into that play, or money's going to come into play. Whatever I'm trying to say. Mayhem, your manifestation is happening. Current issues reveal past wound. That's what I'm trying to say with this 5 of discs here. This spirit of poverty being broken. I feel like the current issue is revealing the past wound. So it's like, oh, now there's an awareness. Now you can move forward. Because before, if you didn't know about it, you can't do shit about it. You don't even know about it. But now there's spiritual growth. So hang tight. Because, like, you don't eat the fruit the same day you plant the seed. So it's the same type of thing. Like, the same day that you become aware of the wound, that's not the same day that you heal it. Like, it's a process. There's a journey. Like, give yourself time. Hang tight. Hang tight. Hang in there. You're at the final stretch. Don't give up yet. Write it down. The universe has received your order. Know and feel it's yours. It's done. Writing brings into physical form. So sometimes all you just need to do is write it down. And that's the thing, when you put in your order with the universe, you absolutely have to believe that they're working on it. Because the universe truly does have your back. But again, you have to believe that. Limiting beliefs. Subconscious beliefs impede progress. Check in, self. Shadow work. Rewire with subliminals. Yeah, because I think that's part of that. If it's not specifically for you, the spirit of poverty, I think that's probably what it is for me, the specific specificity. It could just be a limiting belief related to something, related to abundance, money, related to a job or a dream or goal or whatever it is for you. Your belief about that thing, the limiting belief, is what is impeding the manifestation of the thing. So it would be a good idea to check in with yourself, do some shadow work, see where the fear and where the wound is showing up. Again, there's no need to be ashamed of it. The awareness is the key. You yourself are the key. Now you see, oh, now you can do what you can do to fix it. There's no need to feel bad about it. Like you didn't know. Now you know. Okay, cool. Let's do this. And specifically even using subliminals and like those like sleep manifestation videos or whatever that I mentioned earlier. The next one is life surfing, feeling capable of overcoming adversity, no expectations, approaching life like a sport. That's so perfect because, yes, knowing that you've been through so many endings and new beginnings, so many restarts, so many rewrites, so many rebirths. You know what you're capable of. You know that you can overcome anything that comes against you. There's also this level of releasing the expectations of something, because there is this need to let it flow, to allow it to flow how it's going to. Because again, there's spirit itself is putting pieces into place. You're just being asked to move within the flow of those pieces. So like the heavy lifting is done, you don't even have to do that. But you have to stay aligned and trust where you're being led, where you're being pulled or called. And like, yeah, approach life like a sport. It's a game. It's a game. Have fun with it. Do it because you love it. Or if you just like competing. But definitely there is this element of needing to flow. Needing to move with the waves. Learning to surf the waves so that they don't pull you under, because again, you're capable of overcoming adversity and you know it. Enjoy the journey. The fun is getting there. Acknowledge your progress. Travel, mental vacation, be spontaneous. So there is like at the beginning this break that you may want, that you may not be able to take, this rest period you may not have been able to take. I feel like you're going to be able to soon. And I feel like it's going to come a little quicker than you expect, and maybe in a way you don't expect, because it says be spontaneous. But also I feel like you yourself need to try to kind of get out of your comfort zone. Do something radical. That's the best way to get out of a rut, is to do something drastic. Do something so far out of your comfort zone. And very much acknowledge your progress. Recognize how far you've come, because you can see yourself on this scale and see, oh, this is where I want to be. You're way back here, like, oh, well, okay, I'm so far away from where I want to be, but like you're not seeing this is where you used to be. You're so much closer to who you want to be than you are to who you used to be. Acknowledge your progress. Acknowledge the journey you've been on so far. Just because you're not finished, just because it's shifting or changing or there's a detour happening, like it's all in your favor, and you have to know that. You have to absolutely believe that. Trust the process. Everything always works out. Something better is on the horizon. Have total confidence in the universe. Yes, exactly that. You have to absolutely believe without a doubt that the universe has your back and it's working in your favor. Even if it looks like it's falling apart, I promise you it's falling into place. Okay, let's see what this Divine Compass Clarity cards has to say. Okay. Because I did feel like... Okay, we got kind of a lot of those too. I did like think of this deck twice because I feel like there's just very much this internal compass, this divine calling on your life. And there's so much like that could not be avoided. Like literally written into your soul contract. Okay, so you got duality dance. Seek balance amid the chaos. That's crazy because you literally got the chaos card. Seek balance amid the chaos and find harmony within yourself, steady as you go. Yeah, because literally you are the key. You are the thing that keeps it in balance. And again, you've been forced to kind of look within yourself and rely on yourself. And you've had to be your own safe space. You've had to be your own therapist. You had to be your own parent. You had to be your own friend. I feel like you've always so beautifully shown the duality of existence, of being a human and being a soul, having a soul, like having a spirit, like the duality of that, this human experience, but we're experiencing it through the lens of a soul. You're not one or the other, you're both. On your own, that's so wild. Because that looks like a wolf to me, and I said the wolf's going to find its pack. The lone wolf's going to find its pack. It's time to take some alone time or be single to get a new perspective, spiritual retreat. Even as I said, oh, you're supposed to take time alone. That's interesting because that Four of Swords was sideways. And I thought, oh, look, well, maybe you feel like you're having to give up your peace on something. But then maybe it was like you weren't being able to take a break or have some kind of peace or step away from something in a way that you needed. And now it's talking about, again, having some kind of spiritual retreat or some type of getaway so that you can literally reframe your perspective. Because, again, there's something so inherently important in this reading about your perspective on something, the power of your perspective on something. It will break whatever limited belief or spirit of lack is related to that. The next one is honest echoes. Listen to the whispers of your heart, for you know the whole truth, unwavering faith. Yeah, you are being called. You're not crazy. You're being called. And that's something that you cannot explain to others if they are not hearing that call. And honestly, you don't need to. You just need to listen to yourself. You need to listen to your intuition. Because what you're hearing is honest and true because that's who you are. That's who you've shown up as. You didn't lie, cheat, and steal your way to where you are. You did this shit honest. You will be rewarded for that. You are being rewarded for that by hearing the call at all. Real promise. Release the chains of the past and dance to the rhythm of possibility, free to move. And I have kind of been talking about changing outdated patterns and things like that, cycles, but also dropping the weight of the shame that you've been carrying for maybe something that happened in childhood or even just a long time ago. Um, whatever it is that has been weighing you down or like keeping you feeling stuck or locked into some space that you don't quite fit into, let you are being asked to let go of those chains, let go of it's what I'm seeing is like if you chain up an elephant when it's small, when it's much bigger and grown, it doesn't try to get off that same flimsy chain it was on as a baby elephant because it doesn't know it can escape. But like you're being told, hey, you're stronger than that chain, you can escape. You literally just have to take a step. Take a solid step in a solid direction away from whatever is keeping you chained, and you can literally break that chain because you're so much more powerful. But because from an early age you were chained up and taught that you weren't that strong, you don't know how strong you actually are now. One honest to goodness step, that chain is gone. It's broken. You have that power. You're being asked to release yourself, to free yourself from something, whatever this illusion is, whatever this lack or limited belief that you couldn't be or couldn't have or couldn't do. That was bullshit. It was always bullshit. On the mend, be compassionate and kind with yourself as you heal your heart, getting better. Yeah, because again, you're not expected to know everything. You're not expected to be this perfect version, even if, again, you used to be expected, or you grew up thinking you had to be. You don't. You're allowed to be whatever you are, but you are being asked to be fucking incredibly nice to yourself about it. Like radically self-forgiving, radically self-loving. Look at all the ugly, disgusting things and love them too. Love them too. Your feet stink? Love it. Your ass stinks? Love it. Your house stinks? Love it. Whatever. Stop trying to shame yourself into whatever. That's not your truth. That's not who you are. You can have a stinky ass and still be a pretty great person. Maybe wash it, whatever. Little self-care goes a long way. But like, you're allowed to be whatever you are. Nobody gets to tell you how to heal or how to feel. You get to decide that. Be compassionate with yourself. You're doing so much better than you think you are. Dreamweaver. Dreaming and imagining brings your powerful vision into realities. Make miracles. Because you, my friend, are the magician, and that's what you do. You're in the business of making miracles. Knowing that you are capable. You are such a powerful being. Don't limit who the fuck you think you can be or what you can accomplish. And the last one is rough road. Prepare carefully before you continue, for it's a long journey ahead. Take precautions. Do not just I don't know what I was going to say. What I am going to say is make sure that you are following your internal alignment, that you're following your internal calling, your internal compass, that divine compass. Make sure that you're not taking a road that someone else wants you to take. Make sure you're doing it for you, not for someone else. Because the thing is, I feel like there's this energy here of you're literally being introduced into new spaces, into new opportunities, but it's difficult for you to believe that you deserve to be here. Okay, this is what I want to say. Please take it again, however it resonates for you. I didn't say it was going to be easy. I said you fucking deserve to be there. That's what I want to say. It's not necessarily going to be what you want, what you deserve isn't necessarily going to be easy, but it's going to be right for you. Because you are strong and you've learned to protect yourself. And it's time to make sure that whatever moves and actions you're taking, that you're doing it for you, not for anybody else. Because this is your life, your journey, and you deserve greatness. You deserve happiness. You deserve love. And you don't have to be this perfect version of you to get it. You can be a little bit fucked up here and there, and it's okay. You're unconditionally loved anyway. You're beautiful and incredible and pretty damn great. Even with all your flaws. Especially with all your flaws. So don't forget that. There you go. I love you. I hope you helped. I hope you helped. I hope I helped. Don't let this liminal space that you've been in define who you are or where you're going. Because I feel like you are the key to this door that is about to arrive. And once you step through, it's everything you believe could be true. Enjoy the journey, and nobody can do that for you. You have to do that for yourself. And trust that the universe has your back, always. I love you.